have UCLA taking on Oregon State. Let me get the updated spread here. Um, Oregon State at home in Corvallis, 3.5 is what they're favored by, with a total of 54.5. And Oregon State, I think, is a pretty good team, but so is UCLA. Like, this is a sneaky good matchup. I'm really looking forward to it. Before I give you my thoughts, let's hear what you have to say about this one. Do you have any leans?
Yeah, so I agree. When you were talking about the Notre Dame USC game, it reminded me of this game about the different styles, uh, just kind of two different types of teams, conflicting styles. So I I think Oregon State might be able to dictate the pace here and slow the UCLA team down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and if you couple that with UCLA's defense, I lean the under here. If I had to pick a side, I would go with the Beavers at home. This is going to be a really interesting um, duel between the UCLA defensive line, right? So the Bruins, the Beavers offensive line and the Bruins front seven, and I think that's what this game is going to come down to. Um, so which unit is going to dominate in this case? Obviously, UCLA has a really good defense, and it's one of those things where can they stop Oregon State's run game?
Mm.
If they can, I think UCLA wins it. But I mean, they've been great against the run, but Oregon State has one of the best rushing attacks. So it's it's in Corvallis. It's you've
Night
got
game.
night game. You've got a freshman quarterback going on the road. So I I lean Oregon State on the side, but I like the under a little bit better.
Yeah, I think I'm aligned with you. Oregon State, it seems like a team that like the market hasn't officially bought into yet. Like, as weird as that sounds, like I'll put it this way: if the names of these two teams were different, I feel like if UCLA, just like the name on the jersey, right? I feel like Oregon State would be getting a little more respect. And not to say like UCLA is like this prestigious football school, but it still feels like it's Oregon State, right? And people feel a certain way about DJ Uyunglele. That's the best I can pronounce it. That's why I can't be an announcer. DJ Uyunglele. There we go. Um, like he's not gonna like throw for 300 yards and beat with his arm. He's just very methodical, but it works for this offense. And at home, like Oregon State has been a really good covering team in Corvallis. It's kind of a weird location. It's not an easy place to travel to. I gotta lean with Oregon State, and the casual better is going to see the 3.5, and they're not going to want to take Oregon State because it's the hook and it's past the key number. But I think it was Chris Andrews at South Point. I always think about this. He was talking about these 3.5 spots, and he's like, when it's 3.5, um, more times than not, you should take the points with like an Oregon State team. And when it's 2.5, you almost take the dog. It sounds really weird. It
Mhm.
seems counterintuitive. And obviously, I would never tell someone just to blindly play something like that. But it's just like a mental thing we see, right? And it's like, oh, 3.5. I don't want to do it. But it's 4 at Pinnacle. I wouldn't be surprised if it moves up a little bit at like Circa. So yeah, I think Oregon State's going to be my best play in this one. A really solid team.
Mhm.
Any last words on this one?
I agree. I That's exactly what I may end up taking something in this game or taking Oregon State at what is it, 3.5 now you said? Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
3.5. Let me zoom in a little
Um,
bit.
yeah, because I even liked it at 4,
Mm-hmm.
so I would definitely take it at 3.5. It's I don't wanna say I don't trust the UCLA defense because, I mean, that's the best unit they're gonna put on the field there, but, um, there's just other factors that I think that I think Oregon State's still gonna be able to put up points, you know what
Mhm.
I mean? But I do think the